Okay, so sir, let's see. As I told you in the last class, a string x is equal to, let's say, Naresh. Okay, sir, string x is equal to Naresh. The moment we write this line, what will happen? The moment we write this line, what will happen? Of course, there's a string constant pool will be created or not, and that string constant pool will be available inside the heap memory. That string constant pool will be available inside the heap memory or not? Yes. So here we have a heap memory. Heap memory, listen very carefully. Heap memory. Okay, heap memory, and inside this heap memory we have a string constant pool. We have a what? String constant pool. Okay, this is what? SCP, string constant pool, SCP area. String constant pool. String constant pool. Okay, string constant pool. This is SCP, string constant pool. Okay, so yes, this is created string constant pool. No, 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 that is not my mail ID. Okay, all of you, my mail ID is @gmail.com. This is my mail ID. You can make a request. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, so look, what will happen here? What will happen here? So it is a string constant pool, and this is string constant pool as a part of what? Heap memory. And this area, this is string constant pool. It is what? Not eligible for what? Garbage collection. Correct or not? Yes, sir. This is not the subject of garbage collection. So whatever the strings we have in string constant pool, whatever the string we have in string constant pool, garbage collector cannot collect those strings, cannot collect those strings. So, sir, when this line will execute, string x is equal to Naresh, what will happen, sir? Here, one string object will be created having Naresh. String object will be created having Naresh. Now, you know this string cannot be modifiable. This string cannot be modifiable, as well as this string cannot be garbage collected. Correct or not? No. So, this string you cannot modify. Number one. Number two, it is not garbage collection. Okay. So, the garbage collector cannot collect this Naresh object. This is a string object. This is a string object. Garbage collector cannot collect this Naresh object. Correct or not? Yes. Now, this Naresh is referred by this x variable. This x is a what? Reference variable. So this Naresh is referred by this x variable. Correct or not? Yes, correct. So this Naresh is referred by this x variable. So here we have what? X variable. Okay, and this x variable is referred by Naresh. What is x? X is a reference variable. I told you in the last class as well. X is a reference variable. Naresh is a string object. Now listen carefully. The first thing we have seen in the last class, that is not modifiable, strings are immutable, and we have a practical session as well. Okay, practically I explained that strings are immutable, okay, in the last class. Now the second point today I'm going to focus. What is the second point? The second point is garbage collector cannot collect this string object. Garbage collector cannot collect this string object. The string constant pool is not subject to garbage collector. If the string constant pool is not the subject of garbage collection, then how Java manage the memory inside the string constant pool? Why? Because it would be very difficult if strings are not eligible for garbage collector. Then really it's very difficult to manage the memory inside the string constant pool. Yes or no? Yes. Now, sir, what is the reason that what is the reason, sir, strings are not subject to garbage collection? Very simple. The reason behind it, very simple. Strings are the most popular data type in any programming language. You go in any programming language, string is the most popular data type. Correct? Yes, string is the most popular data type. In every application, in every application, you take any application, you take application, web application, you take desktop application, in any web application, 80% of your data is string only. 80% of your data is what? String only. You try to fill up some form for online shopping, where you providing your shipping address, where you are providing your shipping address. Okay, try to purchase some online. try to purchase something from online, where you are providing your shipping address, that shipping address is containing almost 80% string data. You are filling your examination form, you are filling your admission form, 80% of data is string only. Okay, so string is the most popular data type in any programming language, and that is also one reason, why main method, why in Java, why our main method is taking string as a parameter. That is the reason why our main method is taking string as a parameter. Why? Because the scope of string is very very broad. A string can hold alphanumeric characters. Correct or not? Yes, string can hold alphanumeric characters as well. Okay, so scope of string is very broad. Next, it is the most popular data type. Most of the applications, 80 to 90% data are only string, from string only. Okay, that's why it is very popular. So once I have created this narrates object, okay, then what will happen? Listen, then after few time, after some time, listen very carefully. And this narrative is not modifiable and not subject to garbage collection. Now, after some time, if let's say another, after some time, let's say if you're writing, after some time, okay, after some time, let's say you're writing, what you're writing, sir, you're writing string y is equal to Naresh. String y is equal to Naresh. Let's say. Then what will happen? String y is equal to Naresh. Okay. After some time, you're writing string y is equal to Naresh. Then what will happen? What will happen? No new narrative will be created. Okay, no new narrative will be created. Okay, what will happen? Actually, the fact is that whenever the compiler encounter a string literal, whenever a compiler encounter a string literal, first of all, it checks the string constant pool, that the string is pre-existing or not. Listen my words very carefully. When the compiler encounters a string literal, whenever you are we are creating this string literal, I am talking about string literal only, not new keyword. Okay, so whenever compiler encounter a string literal, first of all the compiler will check, or compiler will verify in the string constant pool that this string is pre-existing or not. Pre-existing or not. If it is pre-existing, sir, if it is pre-existing, no new literal will be created, no new string object will be created. If a match is found, the reference to new literal is redirected to existing string. The reference to new literal is redirected to existing string. So what will happen, sir, here? What will happen, now no new narrative object will be created. The same narrative object will be referred by y now. The same narrative object will be referred by y now. Now here y is referring to same narrative object. Okay, y is referring to same narrative object. Correct or not? Yes, correct. Listen very carefully. So no new Naresh object is created. The compiler encounter this Naresh from the user, and it verify whether this Naresh is pre-existing or not. If it is pre-existing, no need to create new Naresh object. Okay. If it is not pre-existing, then of course new object will be created. No doubt about that. But if it is pre-existing, if it is already available in the string constant pool, so no new object will be created. Okay, it will simply refer to pre-existing string constant pool. It will simply refer to pre-existing string available in string constant pool. I hope it's clear. Okay, sir, the same, sir. In the later stage, again, again, we need sir, again we need sir Naresh. Okay, again we need Naresh, sir. Then what will happen? Same story, sir. Okay, same thing. Okay, what will happen? Again, this same Naresh will be referred by what? Jet variable. The same Naresh will be referred by jet variable. Jet variable. Correct or not? Yes, correct. The same Naresh is referred by jet variable, sir. Look at. The same arrays is referred by Z variable. Yes or no? Yes. Correct. Okay, so this is actually the facts about the string and memory. The facts about the string and memory. This is the cause. This is the reason. Okay, this is the reason. So look at, we have totally three string object: X, Y, and Z. X is holding the rest, Y is also holding the rest, Z is also holding the rest. Correct or not? But actually, in the string constant pool, we have only one string object. That same string object is referred by X, Y, and Z variable. Okay, same string object is referred by X, Y, and Z variable. Okay, so first you write down this theory, then I will give you the idea why strings are immutable. It is somehow related with this concept only. Okay, it is somehow related with this concept only. Why strings are immutable. Sorry. So string, okay, string literal. We have already seen two ways of creating string object. No need to write again and again. Now listen. The question is facts about string and memory. Facts about string and memory. This is heading, huh? Facts about string and memory. This is the heading. Okay, now what is the answer? Listen. The first thing is what? Any good programming language is to make efficient use of memory. Correct or not? So any programming language wants to use wants to wants to make efficient use of memory. Efficient use of memory. Correct or not? Yes, correct, sir. Any programming language wants to use efficient use of memory. Correct or not? Yes, correct. Okay. Now, when our Java compiler, when our Java compiler, when our Java compiler encounter encounter a string literal, it checks it checks in the string constant pool, in the string constant pool whether checks in the string constant pool to verify that the string is pre-existing or not. The string literal is pre-existing or not. Pre-existing or not. Pre-existing or not. Correct or not? Pre-existing or not. Okay. It simply verify whether the string is available in the string constant pool or not. Whether the string user has requested is pre-existing or not. Okay. Whether it is pre-existing or not. Okay. Now, if a match is found, if a match is found, if the string is already available, if a match is found, a match is found is the string is already available. The reference reference will be redirected. Reference will be redirected to the pre-existing string object string object available 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 in string constant pool. String constant pool area. Correct or not? Available string constant pool area. Okay. Strings are strings are not eligible for garbage collection. For garbage collection, sir. Strings are not eligible for garbage collection. Okay. So this is the fact, sir. This is the fact. Very simple, sir. Whenever you create a string object, even in the first time, if you are creating this string object, what the Java compiler will do? The Java compiler will first of all It will search whether the string you are requesting is pre-existing or not. If it is pre-existing, it is, if it is already available, if the match is found, okay, if the match is found, if the it is already available in the string constant pool, so no new object will be created. Only the reference will be redirected to pre-existing string object. Only the new reference will be redirected to pre-existing string object available in string constant pool area. And strings are not eligible for garbage collection. Please take the screenshot. Please take the screenshot. Okay, please take the screenshot so we can move to the next concept. Okay, what is the next concept? What is the next concept? The next concept I'm going to explain is what? Why strings are immutable, sir. Okay, now next concept is what? Why strings are immutable. Listen very carefully. If someone is going to ask you why strings are immutable, strings are immutable. Why strings are immutable in Java? Okay, what is your answer? Why strings are immutable in Java? Listen very carefully. So you can see, look at, if you can see this one, look at, in this case, X, Y, and Z all are referring to the same nourish or not? Yes, all are referring to same nourish, sir. All are referring to same nourish. Let's assume for a while, let's assume that we can easily modify this nourish. Assume that, okay, according to our requirement, we can easily modify this nourish. Okay, according to our requirement, we can easily modify this nourish. It is not possible, but let's assume if strings are mutable means changeable. If the strings are not immutable or strings are mutable, that means we can change the string, then what would happen? Okay, let's see. So let's see this one here. After writing this string z is equal to narrates, what this user is doing, this is writing z dot to uppercase, z dot to uppercase. So if user is writing z dot to uppercase, now what will happen? Of course, the narrates will be converted into what? In a capital letter. So what will happen, sir? Due to this, now this narrates will be converted into capital. Look at, why? Because strings are mutable. If it is mutable, right? If it is mutable, then what will happen? This will be converted to now capital nourish. Correct or not? Yes, sir. Correct. Now the situation. Okay, now it is converted to capital nourish. Oof. If it is converted to capital nourish, okay, with the one reference Z, what about this X and Y reference? What about this X and Y reference? This X reference wants the same small arrays or not? This Y reference wants the same small arrays or not? Yes. Correct or not? This X wants the same small reference. This Y wants the same small reference. Due to this Z, what happens? What happens? This entire arrays is changed or not? Yes. So that is very bad. Okay, that is not a good programming. Okay, that is not a good programming. It is very bad. It would be very bad. Okay, it would be very bad if any of them could change the strings value. If any of them can change the strings value, then it would be difficult for all the reference variables, because now all the reference variables will pointing to same nourish object or not, the capital nourish object. But let's assume X and Y wants the same small nourish, then that is the reason strings are immutable in Java. Okay. If several reference variables refers to the same string object without knowing that how many reference variables are referring to the same string object, and if any of them could change the strings value, that it would be very difficult for other reference variable to get the same value. Are you getting my point? Is it clear to all of you? Just confirm me once. Is it clear? What I told you, if several reference variables refer to the same string, okay, reference to the same string, and if any one of them could change the string's value, then it would be very difficult for other string reference variable to recognize the string or to get the same string what they have defined in their programs. Okay, that is the reason why strings are immutable in Java. Okay, now listen. So this is not possible, guys. Okay, so compulsory it is what? Only this nourish. this Naresh. If you want, and if you're writing this z is equal to, look at, if you're now in the question are sir, z wants to change the value. So if you're writing is equal to z is equal to, listen, if you're writing z is equal to, wait please, if you're writing z is equal to, if you're writing, okay, z is equal to z dot two uppercase, z is equal to z dot two uppercase, if you're writing, okay, z is equal to z dot two uppercase, you are writing, then what will happen? Of course one Naresh will be created, one capital Naresh will be created. Now what will happen? Of course one capital Naresh will be created, sir. Of course one capital Naresh will be created, and now this Naresh will be referred by this z variable. This narrative will be referred by this z variable. Correct or not? Yes. This narrative will be, why? Because you have assigned to z. You have assigned to z. Don't confuse. Look at, you have created a capital arrays by using this statement. Correct or not? You have created a capital arrays by using this statement, and after creating capital arrays, now you are assigning this to z. You are assigning to this to z. So what will happen? This capital arrays you are assigning to this z variable. You are assigning to this z variable. Okay or not? Yes. So now what will happen? Now this z will refer to this narration, capital narration, and this reference will be deleted. Now this reference will be deleted. Now this is a deleted reference, guys. Okay, this is a deleted reference now. This is a deleted reference. Please wait. This is a deleted reference now. Okay, so you can write. This is what? This is deleted reference. This is the deleted reference. Okay, correct or not? Yes, correct. Deleted reference. Okay, because one variable can hold only one value, you know that very well. Okay, one variable can hold only one value at a time. So now this is a deleted reference. Okay, so this is the story behind string. The memory. What about memory of a string? To tackle the memory, always the Java compiler will check whether the string you are creating, you are requesting in our Java program is pre-existing or not. If it is pre-existing, no new string object will be created. No new string object will be created. Okay, no new string object will be created. The same string object will be referred by new reference variable. The same pre-existing string object is referred by new reference variable. Correct or not? Yes, correct. Okay, now if several reference variables refer to the same string object, if several reference variables refers to the same string object, okay, and if any of them is going to modify, if any of them is going to modify, then it will be very bad for another reference variables to get the same value they have defined in the programming. Okay, that is the reason strings are what? Immutable. That is the reason strings are what? Immutable. So you please take this screenshot if you want. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to write the answer. Please take the screenshot. I'm going to write the answer. What is the answer, sir? Why strings are immutable in Java? Listen, listen. So if several reference variables refer refer to the same string object, to the same string object without even knowing it, without even knowing it, how many reference variables are referring to the same string object. So without even knowing it, then it would be difficult. It would be would be very difficult, or it would be very bad. It would be very bad if any of the reference variable, any of the reference variable, variable, variable could change the strings value, the strings value, strings values. Okay, strings value, strings value. So strings are immutable in Java. Strings are immutable in Java. Strings are immutable in Java. Okay. If any reference variable, if any reference variable, variable modifying, modifying the string object, the string object, the string object, then for other reference variables, for other reference variables, reference variables referring to, referring to same string object would be difficult, would be difficult, difficult to get the same value, get the same value what they defined, they defined earlier, what they defined earlier. So that is the reason, that is the reason, sir. Okay, that 2 points, if you remember, very clear you have. Okay, so if several reference variables refer to the same string object, as we can see in our uh, this part, as we can see our diagram. Okay, in our diagram we can see x is referring to naresh, y is also referring to naresh, initially z was also referring to what, naresh, correct or not? Yes. Okay, without even knowing, then it would be very bad if any of the reference variable could change the strings value. So strings are immutable in Java. Otherwise what will happen, if anyone can change the, any of the reference variable can change the string value, for all the reference variables the string value will be changed, because all the reference variables are referring to the same string object only. Now, if any reference variable modifying the string object, then for other reference variables referring to the same object would be difficult to get the same value what they defined earlier. Okay, please take the screenshot. And if you have any doubt, you may ask. Please take the screenshot, and if you have any doubt, you may ask. Okay, fine. Okay, now, okay, done. So now we will move to our next point. What is we have next point? Listen. So this we have already completed. Facts about string and memory. Why strings are immutable? Completed. Working with methods of a string. Okay, working with methods of a string. Now, gradually we will work with the methods of a string. Different methods we have in string object. We will discuss one by one. We will move one by one. Listen carefully. Now, one thing I want to show you. Listen, one thing I want to show you. One thing I want to clear you. What is that, sir? This one is completed now. Okay, now listen. One more point you should know. Okay, what is that? There is a concept called method overriding in Java. We will learn this concept in polymorphism, method overriding in Java. We will learn this concept in polymorphism. So, this string behavior, listen very carefully, guys. This string behavior, that this string is what? Immutable. Of course, the behavior of a string is what? Immutable. So, a string is a predefined class, sir. A string is a predefined class. String is a predefined class, sir. Okay. String is a predefined class in Java. So if I want, string is a predefined class in Java, sir. So if I want, let's say as a user, if I want, so I can inherit this string class and can change or can modify its behavior. Listen very carefully. What I can do, my class. This is my class. I am a developer. Okay, I am a developer. I can extend. Extends means inheritance. I will give you the idea in more detail. Okay, don't worry. Inheritance means what? I want to inherit the properties of a string class. I want to inherit the properties of a string class. So my class extends what? String. String is available in which package? Java.lang. Java.lang.string. Java.lang.string. Okay. Now what I can do, sir? I can modify the behavior of a string or not? Yes, I can modify. I can modify the behavior of a string. I can modify the behavior of a string. Behavior of a string. Yes or no? Yes, I can modify the behavior of a string. That means I can easily modify the immutability from immutability to mutability. Okay, the behavior of a string is what? Immutable. By default, the behavior of a string is what? Immutable. Okay, but if I get the control, as a user, if I get the control to modify the string methods or whatever the string functionality available in string class by using inheritance, then again it would be very bad. Again, it would be very bad. So that is the reason. That is the reason. What Java software people does. What Java software people does. They made this class as a final. They made this class as a what? Final class. They made this class as a final class. Now once this class is final, you cannot inherit the string class. You cannot inherit the string class, sir. You cannot inherit the string class. Let's say I'm showing you. So let's say, okay, let's say this is a test class. Okay, this is a test class. Now what I want to do, listen very carefully, sir. What I want to do, very simple, sir. Sir, I have a class foo. Any class, sir. Look at any class foo. Class foo, and I want to inherit that class. That foo class I want to inherit. Class test. What we need to do? You remember extends keyword, extends foo. Correct or not? Yes, correct. Class test extends foo. Yes. Now Control S, save. It is in the Boolean literal. You can say this program is in Boolean literal. So if you compile this program, cd Java cd introduction cd Boolean literal cls Java C test.java. Yes, sir. Program is compiling fine. Okay, program is compiling, no problem. Okay. Now, this foo class, we have defined this foo class, correct? We have defined this foo class and we want to inherit this foo class behavior. Whatever we have in the foo class, I want to inherit that foo class to my test class. Now, do one thing. Java has given a predefined class called what? String. It is available in which package? Java.lang. Java.lang.string. Sir, I want to extend the string class, sir. I want to extend the string class so I can change the behavior of the string class. But what I told you, this string class is made as final in Java. Final class means you can't inherit final class. Final class means what? If a class is declared as final, you cannot provide inheritance for that class. This is a new concept, okay? So look, what compiler will tell you? What compiler will tell you? Class test extends java.lang.string. Sir, I want to compile a class. Let's compile. Look, error. What Java is telling you, compiler is telling you, cannot inherit from final string. Cannot inherit from final string. This string class is made as final in Java. So you cannot inherit and you cannot change the behavior. You cannot change the behavior. Even if you look, if you you can see, look at. So right now we inherit this foo class now. Right now we inherit this foo class extends what foo. Yes, correct. Okay, now look, it's happily compilation. It's happily compiling, no problem. Okay, now you do one thing. You just make this foo class as final, sir. Okay, you just make this foo class as final. Now what will happen? You cannot inherit, you will get in compilation, but cannot inherit from final foo, cannot inherit from final string. That means what? It is a clear indication that this string class is a what? Final class. So no one can modify the behavior of a string. Okay. If you want as a programmer that I will go and modify the behavior of a string, it's not possible. So add one point here. Better to add one point here. What is that point? Okay, what is that point? But if someone, but what if someone someone overrides the string class functionality? Okay. Overrides string class functionality. Overrides the string class functionality. Correct or not? To avoid this situation, to avoid this situation, Java software people, Java software people declared declared the string class as a final class in Java, as a final class in Java. So it can't inherit, it can't inherit final classes. Can't inherit what? Final classes. So we can't inherit final classes. That's all. Okay, take this screenshot. So a string is a final class. A string is a final class. So if we want, we can't inherit the final class. Okay, if we want, we can't inherit the final class. Is it okay? Come on, reply. Today you are not replying. Okay. Yeah, fine. Okay. So I can see everything you are getting now. Just confirm me once, guys. It would be very good for me. Okay, everything you are getting, fine, fine, very fine. Okay, so now we will go to learn the methods of string. Now we will go to learn the methods of string. Let's see. We will go to learn the method of string. Look at, now the next point is what? To learn the method of string. Okay, using new keyword we have seen. Okay, I can see some messages. Yeah, fine. It will always going good, sir. No problem. Okay, now. Okay, okay, okay. So working with methods of string. Now we will go to the programming part. Look at, we will go to the programming part, method of string. So now go to the D drive, and we have what? Java, and that we have introduction, and then we have a last string literal, sir. Okay, string literal, string literal. Now these are the programs, sir. We will discuss almost 25 programs, sir. Almost 26 programs we have, sir, in string literal. Okay, all the methods we will discuss one by one. Don't worry about that. It is a long journey. Okay, it is a long journey. Just relax and listen. Everything you will learn, no doubt. Okay, so before going to learn to the method of string, okay, before going to the learn of method of string, what is the trick or mantra I want to give you? What is the trick or mantra I want to give you? Listen. What is the trick or mantra I want to give you, sir? Before learning the method of string, sir, string x is equal to, let's say, string x is equal to, let's say anything. Hyderabad, Hyderabad is a nice city. Is a nice city. So this is a string, sir. A string enclosed with double quotes. So the first two mantra you need to remember, two or three mantras, okay, before entering into the area of learning the methods of a string class, all the methods of a string class. Okay, two or three mantra I want to give you. If you remember these two or three points very well, of course you can easily, happily, you can give the output. Okay, no problem. The first thing is what? The first mantra is what? Its string is, sir, index based. Its string is index based. So the index of this h is what? 0. Then this y is what? 1. This d, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 6, 7, 8. And then a space is also a character, sir. A space is also a character. If is there any space in between this string, that is also, because space is also a character or not. A space is a character, sir. So if, let's say, if you're counting the string, okay, if you're counting the string 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have to count the space as well. The space you will. Okay. Look, the index of h is 0. The index of h is 0. Okay. But when we start counting them, we will start counting. If you want to find out the length, suppose, sir, I want to find out the length. What is the length, sir? What is the length? So the length will always starts from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, 24. Okay, let's see. 24 it is giving, sir. Let's see. Control C, and here we have a test program. Just remove this one, and string x is equal to Hyderabad is a nice city. Now system.out.println, system.out.println. Listen very carefully, huh? System.x is a string object. What is x? X is a what? Reference value referring to string. Which string it is referring? Hyderabad is a nice city. Yes or no? Sir, this string class has a predefined function called length. This predefined function called length to find the length of the string, sir. To find the length of the string, we have a predefined function. We have a predefined function support. What is that? Length. Length. Okay, length. Now look at length. CLS Java C tester.java. Now Java test. Compile, sir. 24 or not? Yes, 24. Okay, 24. Okay. So two or three mantra you should remember, sir. Very simple. Two or three mantra. The first index will start from 0. The length will start from 1. Okay. Index will start from 0. Index will start from 0. Length and size always starts from 1. Okay. Length and size always starts from 1. Length and size always starts from 1. Start from 1. Okay. And a space is also countable. A space is a character. So also countable. Countable. That's all, sir. These three mantra enough. Index will start from 0. Length and size always starts from 1. Space is a character, so also countable. Okay, also countable. Now, on the basis of this, you can take this screenshot if you want. Okay, you can take this screenshot. So I will delete this. You can take this screenshot. Okay, now listen. So here I am going to see our first program. Here I am going to see our first program. Okay, this is the first program. Two ways to create the string object. So you know how to create a string object, sir. We have two ways, sir, to create the string object. Class test, public static void main string of arguments. String s1 is equal to hello. Whenever we are creating a string object directly by this way, this is called string literal. String literal. This is called string literal. Sir, string s2 is equal to new string high. Using new keyword, we are creating the object. Using new keyword, we are creating the object. Now look at system.out.println s1. What is the value of s1, sir? Hello. What is the value of s1, sir? Hello. After this hello, we have what? String concatenation. String concatenation. I want to concatenate. I want to concatenate. Okay. Plus is what? String concatenation. Then 2 is what? String constant. S1 is a variable, sir. S1 is a variable of type string. 2 is a string constant. This is a string constant, as it is, as it is. Whatever you will write here, as it is, it will be printed on the screen. Okay, now again, you want to print something, you want to append something, you want to append something. So plus string concatenation, and what is the values of h2, sir? High. So hello to high, this output you will get. Hello to high, this output you will get. So cls cd dot dot cd string literal cls java c test dot java test. So what you are getting? Look, hello to hi. So this is the two way to create this string object in Java. Okay, this is the two way to create this string object. One more way is there, but that way is little bit complex. So no need to worry. We can take one array of character. That's one more way is there. We can take one array of character. That is not so popular and complex. So we are generally using the first one. First one is very popular, and then the second one. Okay, please write down. Or please take the screenshot. It would be more better. Take the screenshot. This is the first program. Take the screenshot. This is the first program. Take the screenshot. Okay, fine. Okay, now we are moving to the next program. Look at test one. Sir, x dot two uppercase. We have already seen, sir. Immutability we have already seen. Okay. Class test one, public static void main string of arguments in string x is equal to India, x dot two uppercase. If we will print x, what will happen? It will print India in a small letter. Okay, test one. We already know. But better to go with a sequence. Java C test one dot Java. Java test one. Yes, sir. India in what? Small letter only. Okay. Why? Because we haven't assigned this x here. If I write x is equal to x dot two uppercase, x is equal to x dot two uppercase, that means what? Whatever the string is created by using this method, of course, a string created is what? India in capital. India in capital. That capital India you assign to this x variable. That capital India you assign to this x variable. So now when you compile, sir, and when you run, sir, you will get capital India. You know that, okay? You know that. But here, we don't have this assignments. That's why India, it will print India in a small letter. Take the screenshot. Take the screenshot. This is what immutability, sir. This is what immutability. Immutability. Now, moving to the next. Yes, look at solution of immutability is what? Solution of immutability is what? Okay, you can assign this x dot to uppercase to this what? X. Okay, now it will print India in what? Caps. Correct or not? Yes, it will print India in caps. Test 2. Okay, test 2. CLS Java C test 2 dot Java. Small programs Java test 2. Oh, sorry, Java test 2. Yeah, it is printing India in capital or not? Yes. Please take the screenshot of this program. We already done these programs in our practical session or in our that diagram sessions. Each and everything you know. Okay. Okay, fine. Now moving to the next program. From here you will get a new flavor. Sir, a string is a collection of alphanumeric characters, sir. Yes, sir. I told you in string we can hold what? We can hold characters. We can hold what? We can hold only numbers enclosed with double quotes, or even we can hold what? Collection of characters. No problem. Mixing of mixing of characters, numbers acceptable. Even if you want this one, this is also possible, sir. A string y is equal to, sir, 1 2 3 inside double quotes. Yes, sir. Possible. No problem. No problem. This is also possible. But this is what 1 2 3 is not number, sir. It is what? It is string, sir. It is a string. This y is what? Definitely y will print 1 2 3. Definitely y will print 1 2 3. But it is a string. Okay, it is a string. It is a string. Okay. Java C test 3 dot Java. Okay, Java C test 3 dot Java. Java test 3. Test 3. Okay, 123. But this 123 is what string, sir? How, sir? How can you say this is a string, sir? Do one thing, you just add 2 y plus 2. Y is a string or not? Okay, if it is a number, if y is a number, y plus 2 means what? You will get 125. You will get 125. It will calculate. But if it is a string, then what you will get? 1232. 1232. Appending. Okay. This y is a string. So this plus will behave. This y is a string. So this plus will behave as a string concatenation. Okay, this plus will behave as a string concatenation, correct or not? Yes, correct. Okay, why? Because y is a string. Y is a string. So we will get output 1232. Yes, 1232. Correct or not? Yes, of course, it is a string. Okay, so better to write down or better to take the screenshot. Okay, string is a collection of alphanumeric characters, sir. Now, sir, moving to the next one. Moving to the next one, sir. Take the screenshot. Now, program on caret method. Now, listen very carefully now. Caret. Look, listen very carefully. Sir, there is a predefined method in Java. There is a predefined method of a string class in Java. What is that? Public int caret caret int index. Public int caret int index. This is the method, sir. What this method will do, sir? It is used to extract a single character from the string. It is used to extract a single character from the string, from the from the a specified string, from the specified string. Correct or not, sir? Correct, sir. Okay, sir. From this specified string, if I want to extract a character, if I want to find out a character, okay, so we can use what? Caret. Guys, if you look at carefully, if you observe carefully, caret means what? Character at the position. Sir, what is the meaning of caret? Character at which position? Look at character at which position? Okay, and you have to pass the index. So let's see one example. Sir, string x is equal to, let's say, Jamshedpur, or let's say hello Jamshedpur. HELLO. I want to give space actually. Sir, I want to find out this J. Okay, sir, I want to find out this J. Correct or not? Sir, I want to find out this J, sir. I want to find out this J. This character I want to find. J character I want to find, sir. So first you need to know the index of J. First you need to know the index of J. Look at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is the index of J? It is 6, sir. What is the index of J? It is 6, sir. Now you have two options, sir. Look at, you have two options. Okay, you have two options. What you can do, you can directly write system.out.println. This is the first option. What you can directly write, x is a string, and this string is giving a method caret. This string has a method what? Caret. Just like two uppercase length, we have caret method. Caret method means what? I am ready to find out the character. What caret method is telling? I am ready to find out the character. But tell me the index position, then only I will find the. Tell me the index position, the which character I need to find. Caret is telling, this method is telling, yes, sir, I am ready to find out the character at the position. Character at the position. But you should tell which character, sir, which character, which index character. So I am telling, go and find out at sixth position, whatever the characters you will find, you just extract that character. So this is the first thing you can do. This is the first thing. Look at, if you write this one, you will get the J character, no doubt. If you write here, okay, If you write here, and if you save this and you run this test 4, cls java c test 4 dot java, java test 4. Look what you are getting j or not? Yes, we are getting j. Correct or not? Yes, correct. Now this is one point, sir. This is one point. Okay, now what is the next one? But in this approach now, in this approach, we don't have much more idea. We don't have much more idea. Okay, here there is a mistake, sir. This one be not int, this should be char actually. This should be char. It is not a length method. Length method return type is actually int. Okay, length method return type is actually int. It's a wrong. Okay, char, it will return char. It will return char. That actually I want to give you. So now listen. So this x is containing one method. This x is containing one method. What is that? Char at, character at the position. Char at, character at the position. Okay. So I need to pass the index position. What I'm passing, sir? I'm passing 6. I'm passing 6. So in 6, what character we have looked? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. J or not? Yes, J. So when you call this caret method, it is available in string class. What this method will return? This method return type is what? Char. This method return type is char. So what you can write here? Char ch is equal to, char ch is equal to x dot caret 6. Listen very carefully. Char ch is equal to x dot caret 6, and then you can print what? This ch. And then you can print what? This ch. Then what the benefit you will get? This will give you more benefit. Why? Because here this will give you more benefit. Extracted character is, this will give you more benefit. Why? Because here you will come to know what is the return type of this method. What is the return type of this method, you will come to know. That is very important. That is very important. Okay, you need to know the return type of this method. The return type of this method is what? Char only. So here what you can print, here I can print ch. Okay, so this I think, according to my opinion, this is the best approach. This is the best approach. Why? Because here you will come to know, because here look at, you don't have any idea what this char method is returning, whether it is returning int, whether it is returning string, whether it is returning character. But if you write like this one, if you if you write like this one, okay, if you right, like this one, then what will happen? You have a clear idea that the return type of this caret method is what? Char only. The return type of this caret method is what? Char only. So now if you run this program, you will get the same output. But yes, now you have a good idea that what is the return type of this caret. This is returning what? This is returning what? Char. One single character it is returning. The last point I want to discuss, what is that? What do you mean by all this? What do you mean by all this? The meaning is very simple, sir. The meaning is very simple. Try to find out the meaning. Try to find out the meaning. What is the meaning, sir? The meaning is there is a predefined class. We know string is a predefined class. So final class is string. Final class is string. This class is written by whom? Java software people. This class is written by whom? Java software people, in implemented in California, USA. Okay. Now in this class, I have a method public char char. What is the name of the method? Carat carat, and what it is accepting, sir? Int index. You have to pass the index position of the character. So you have to pass the index position of the character. Correct or not? So this method is written by Java software people. This method is written by Java software people, sir. Okay, this method is written by Java software people. Here they have written logic to extract the character. Logic to extract the character. Extract the character based on the index position. Based on the index position. Based on the index position. Who has written this logic, sir? Java software people. We need not to worry. We need not to worry. We need not to worry who has written this logic. Java software people has written this logic. As a programmer, we need not to worry about that. Okay, we need not to worry about that. We know there is a predefined method in the string class, that is caret. There is a predefined method in the string class, that is what caret. And what is the purpose of this method? To extract a character based on the index position. To extract a character based on the index position. Correct or not? Yes, correct. To extract a character based on the index position, sir. This is the purpose of this method. So this is a predefined class. This is a predefined class. Now, the moment you create this string object, look, if you're creating a string x is equal to Jamshedpur or anything, Hyderabad. Okay, string x is equal to Hyderabad you are creating. Okay, now with this x you are calling this caret method. With this x you are calling this caret method. So x dot caret. This caret method is present in which class? String class, sir. Caret, and you have to pass the index position. I am passing 0, sir. 0 means what it will extract? It will extract h, the first character, and that first character I want to store in this x, or I want to store in this y. X is already declared. I want to store in this y. So what this y will hold, sir? This y will hold h. Now, how would you know whether this is returning character or not? Look at what is the return type here. Look at this method. What is the return type here? The return type here is what? What is the return type of this method? This method return type is what? Character. This method return type is what? Character. So by this way we are extracting. So this is a very good way to know the return type of the method. It would be very helpful for you. Okay, please take the screenshot of this one. Please take the screenshot of this one. Program on caret. Fourth program. Okay, program on caret. Take the screenshot, and better to take the screenshot of this one also. Wait a moment.